to travel around Susie. Today is going to be a bit of a different video. I normally don't post these things. If I had to go through it, I know some of you have gone through it, or maybe this video will help you not go through it. So let's get into this. Did I get scammed or did I not? Or did I almost get scammed? You be the judge. Back in December, my van started doing this intermittent not starting. So I would come out in the morning, I would go to crank it over, it would roll over, it sounded like everything was good, but it wouldn't finish cranking over. Almost like if it was out of gas or wasn't getting enough gas. And I know my fuel pump is 1 year old. So yes, it's possible that could have happened. When I stopped trying to start it, I could smell gas. If your fuel pump is out, you ain't getting gas. So I knew that was eliminated from the problem. 2 hours later, I'd come out and start it. There are some other things that can do that too. I took it to a place that had 4.5 star reviews on Google. Disclaimer, an intermediate starting issue is hard to diagnose in some situation because sometimes it just starts and runs perfect. I got this issue. I was going to get it there, but I was going to tow it, but it started. So I said, skip that. I called them up, very nice to them, telling them I'm sorry, but the van is working. You can't diagnose it while it's running. Okay. We appreciate that. They were really nice. Everything was good. So then it got to be where it was more not starting than starting. So I was like, okay, let's just tow it over there and they can start it and it'll do it on them. It'll not start for them. So they have my van over there for a week and a half. Mind you, it was the blizzard, the snowstorms. We had 0-degree weather. They had my van for a whole week. And they said it did not give them any trouble at all, which I find really hard to believe because this van was giving me every day or every other day an issue. So were they simply lying to me or were they not going out and starting it? I don't know. I needed something out of my vehicle. So I went over there and I said, hey, I need to get something out of my van. Can I go back there? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I go back and it had snowed that day. No footprint to my van, but footprints to the vehicle next to me. So I know they got in there. And you know how when you have your vehicle and it just freshly snows, you open up the door. If you don't brush that little area off, you open up the door and the snow goes in your front seat. Well, guess what? It was completely covered. The windshield, the door, everything was covered. Did they start my van that day? They said it started up just fine. My actual driver door was frozen. So I came in through my passenger back entrance door, into the back of the van. Climbed in the driver's seat and it would not start. I go back in there and I'm like, hey, my van won't start. Will you come out and look at it? Well, yeah, we'll let the technician know. I'm waiting. She comes back out. Well, the technician's not going to go look at it right now. So just leave it here. We'll figure it out when we have time. Okay, I understand. People are busy. You're working. I get it. So I let it be. Then I grabbed what I needed to grab, left my vehicle still at the place. So now they've had it for a week and a half. They decide to call me up and they tell me this information. They tell me they've already got labor in it for an hour of diagnosing it is $90 already just to start. And then they want to charge me $1,649. And that is for a tune spark plug, ignition wire, air filter, distributor, cap, and rotor. Right here. They list it all out, parts, everything, with taxes. And I said, tune-up? Well, yes, you fouled out all your spark plugs, so it won't start. Now, I know that a lot of people don't know about mechanicals, and I get that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I am one. And I know that, first of all, this is a 6-cylinder, for you to follow out all 6 spark plugs, no, that's very uncommon. And also, too, prior to it not starting, no code, no misfires, no chugging when I take off from a stop sign. So it's a 6-cylinder. If I'm missing one spark plug and I go to try to take off, it's gonna not have the get up and go. And my van's got the get up and go. So I was like, that's not gonna stop it from starting. Oh, yes, it will. She assures me that it is this. I said, well, could it be fuel filter, or could it be a crank position sensor? No, because crank position sensor always throws a code and you don't have no code. And I'm thinking, not in GMs, but okay. And second of all, spark plugs throw a code, so no code. But okay. I said, so you guarantee that this will make my van start? Well, it's not a guarantee, but it's a start. So you want me to spend $16.50 on a starting point? No, thank you. So I said, I'm going to come get my van. And she goes, well, you're more than welcome to, but it won't start for you because it doesn't start. I said, oh, okay. Thank you. Then we left. I went down there, started up perfect. And I drove it to another mechanic, another shop, because we were in the thick of it with like a foot of snow, 0-degree temps. Some days were -7 or -14. I'm not going to be out there messing with my van. I can't. My body hurts. Taking care of my dad, I can't. So I take it to another shop. I get it over there, 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. They take it right in the shop. They said, we'll get to it tomorrow. By the next day, I had my van back, and it cost me $230 for a crank positioning sensor. But I still had to pay for them to release my vehicle from the first shop $95.72. And that was for them for diagnosing it. So, question to you is, $95? Did I get scammed? Definitely, if I would have done the $1,700, yes, I would have gotten scammed. My third takeaway is, if you're not mechanically inclined or don't know the knowledge of vehicles, how do you stop from getting that bill? And I had to think about this a lot because, one, I trusted my tuition, my inner gut. If something is not sitting right with you, don't do it. My second thing is, we have in every phone nowadays, everybody, God, whatever you believe in, you need to trust yourself. You know your vehicle. You know what it was doing before. You know how it was acting prior. You know whether there was lights on, whether there was smells. All these things add up. And if something is not sitting right with you, don't do it. My second thing is, we have in every phone nowadays, everybody has access to the internet. Google or ChatGPT or AI, not is it always accurate. But, for example, if you Googled, what are the symptoms of your vehicle needing a tune-up. Misfired. When stopping and starting runs sluggish. Engine code. Backfiring sometimes. Yes, no start is one of them. But no start is a fuel pump, a fuel filter, crank position sensor. There are so many. And you can just type that in. What would cause a no start? Battery. There's all these different things. But I'm telling you, they were wrong. Obviously, because the other place did $230 and it's been starting and running perfect. Now, do I need a tune-up? Probably. I've got 150,000 miles and I run this van. I mean, y'all been on my lives where I'm driving 30, 40 miles somewhere. I spend 2 hours driving because I love driving and I love seeing new places. So this is an 04. It's never had spark plugs, ignition wires. And the other thing is, this year, 04, it could be possibly distributor cap or ignition coils. Now, I have not taken off the doghouse to know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that I have coils. So they were charging me for a distributor cap and rotor and a cap that I don't need. But hey, that's okay. Another thing is, ask them for the price. Like, I got this quote because I told them I was going to think about it. They break it down. Spark plugs. They were going to charge me $31 for one spark plug. Now, before y'all come at me at the comments, yes, I know it was a mechanic shop, but a spark plug maybe is $10. $31? It's one heck of a markup. The other thing is the wires. They were going to charge me $197 for 6 ignition wires. You can go to O'Reilly's and get it for $50. And that's not the labor. The labor, they were going to charge me $765 for a labor. So my opinion, yes, I'm a little bitter about paying the $90 for them to misdiagnose my vehicle. At the time, I paid it because I wanted my vehicle back and I wasn't going to fight with them. And unfortunately, they had my keys, they had my house, they had the upper hand. So going back to ways you, as a non-mechanical background, can protect yourself is before it goes in the shop. Think about when you are going to tell them that there is something wrong with your vehicle. Write it all down. Did I smell a smell? I mean, pretty much a lot of people probably know what gas smells like. If it smells like oil, pull out your dipstick. Smell the oil dipstick. If it's not shifting right, pull out your transmission dipstick if it has it. Some do not anymore. But the more information you have, the less you are going to get taken advantage of. And you don't need to know everything, but you can know your vehicle. If you're in the van life, you're living in it, you're driving it, you should know your vehicle inside out.